It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Well, the Pistons took a big risk by giving all that power to Stan Van Gundy. But right now, he has Detroit on the right path. Shaq, any words for your former coach?
Well, I called him the master of panic a long time ago. He said something to me. I said something back. You know, Ernie, smack you and I'll smack you back. But now they have a coach that fits the city's mentality of hard work and defense.
Well, they cleaned house. They cleaned house a lot once he got there. Now they have a cohesive unit. You know, they have some really good young players mixed with veteran talent, and they're playing solid, and they're relying on those strengths.
Have you got a good Stan Van Gundy impersonation?
No, because I can't yell. I got bowled in the throat one time by Rick Fox. That's why my voice sounds like this all the time. I can't yell. Watch.
Oh, when you close your eyes, it's almost like hearing Stan Van Gundy.
Oh, wow. That was great.
That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.
For real, I can't yell.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivity as we get ready to go. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, you'll be hearing from shortly. Earlier this season, it was Chicago coming away with the loss in this matchup against the Detroit Pistons. They've still got the advantage up 2-1 in the season series, but they'd like to shut the door here and avoid a second consecutive loss to these guys.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't seem prepared at all for that offensive explosion and didn't really make any adjustments to counter that.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Thanks, Kevin. Since taking over, Pistons coach and team president Stan Van Gundy has quickly reshaped the roster. The wins have followed. He said, "We've come a long way. Now we've got a group of guys who fit together on the floor and are all high-character individuals. There's a much better feel." Kevin?
It's not just about raw talent, but how the pieces fit, DA. Thanks. And getting this far, Steve, and not being decimated by injury is a feat in itself. It's a battle of attrition. Are injuries a factor of luck, or is there more to it?
You know, there's some teams that do a better job, and they have these staffs or training staffs where they keep their guys in tip-top shape. And sometimes, no matter what you do, you're just going to have injuries. That's what you have to rely on, depth. They always have the term, next man up.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Prez out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Grant. Portis can't get it to go. Jackson dishes to Morris. To the wing right side. Jackson passes to Prez. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Caldwell Pope takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Grant with the ball. 9-point game his last outing. He dishes it to Wade. Lopez kicks to Grant. Lopez a screen. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And center Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of this.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
It's been this way for a long time, but once again, the Bulls were #1 in fan attendance in the NBA at the United Center. Such great support from Chicago, who Steve, continue to fill up this great arena every time out.
There's no question Chicago Bulls fans are some of the best in the business. Give a lot of credit to those Michael Jordan Bulls. This team has had a following for years and years.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's Drummond. The pass to Prez. And stolen by Butler. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Pass to Portis. All sorts of time. And that's good. Portis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
A beautiful ball movement by Jimmy Butler, constantly looking to set up his guys.
Caldwell Pope outside. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Unable to get that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
Yeah, they really cost themselves there for sure. You have to make those shots. You just have to.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
He also, for a big guy, has a terrific touch from that range.
Now, here's Grant. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And there it is for him.
You can throw everyone and everything at Wade, but sometimes it doesn't matter.
Kicks it to Caldwell Pope. There's the feed to Drummond. Got a piece of it. Prez dishes to Morris. Pass to Drummond. Prez with the ball. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Grant the pass to Lopez. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Lopez knows his length is an asset to him on the offensive end, and he used it right there.
Floats one. Tries again. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
Prez, no good on the free throw. Chicago leading. Butler with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Wade outside. There's the pick. Lopez, a screen on Morris. Here's Portis. And he overshot that one, missing. The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Morris outside. Prez with the screen for Morris. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
No, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
The Bulls shooting 40% here in the early stages. Now Wade. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. All right, listen up.
The league right now, but Steve, when you look around, what kind of players does the league need more of? Where is there a scarcity?
I think post-up bigs. And I know we've changed the game to play small ball, but you got to have some of these bigs, because every big is not going to be skillful, be able to dribble, shoot threes, and pass. And a lot of these bigs, great post players, but everybody's telling them they need to shoot the three, play on the perimeter, and they're losing what they have best, being able to post up.
That's an excellent point. Grant gets a wide open look, and again, no good by Chicago.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Now, here's Grant, following the miss by Prez. Wade kicks to Portis. Back to Wade. Lopez a screen. Passes it to Portis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Portis has got 6.
Lopez knows how to make himself as wide as possible and bury the defender with a screen.
Prez dishes to Drummond. Lopez with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. The pass to Portis. Feeds it to Grant. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Jackson. He feeds it to Prez. The Pistons working the ball around now. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Come on, let's go. Listen up. You gotta have some pride on defense. Butler is
Play any shot.
Pistons leading by 3. Mirza Teletovic out there with Mirotic. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Grant in at the 1. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Prez. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And let's up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Nets put on a show. He finished with 39 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it, and he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Appreciate it, Dave. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
I am looking forward to watching this game again.
Caldwell Pope passes to Prez. Back to Caldwell Pope. Sinks the 3-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
And with Prez, you get it all. Outstanding passes to his guys who have clean looks at the basket.
You talk to anybody around the league about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and they'll talk about his defense. Just an absolute monster, Greg, how he can lock up a perimeter player.
And it's a rarity for a player so young to be so good defensively. He's got quick feet and is aggressive at pressuring the ball. Only 6'5", but has the wingspan of a condor. It really makes it hard to get around.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Prez kicks to Caldwell-Pope. And another 3 for Detroit.
Incredible. He was shooting the ball with good rhythm in the first quarter. Now he's just unconscious.
Down low. There's Portis, and it's blocked.
And you gotta respect the D. Prez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Dishes it to Prez. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, I tell you what, it didn't take long for everyone to recognize that Andre Drummond was going to be a dominant rebounder in this league. He just inhales everything within his reach out on the floor. And then he's got that great blend of length and strength to get after every miss. Incredible feet and hands to go along with that. And this is a guy that just has superstar written all over him.
The dish to Prez. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Drummond up and in on the layup. Drummond's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And it's hard to stop talking about Drummond. The rebounding, of course, helps him get the easy points. When it comes on the offensive end of the court, Greg, a terrific offensive rebound.
It's almost like a feedback loop with him. I mean, you get an offensive board, he gets an easy score. He starts getting on a roll, and then the next thing you know, he's blowing up for a 20-20 game.
Beautiful looking teardrop. That's a shot that almost impossible to block.
Caldwell Pope outside. Morris kicks to Prez. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Jackson dishes to Prez. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. That's now 8 points for Prez.
Simply astounding work inside. Prez getting the ball in his sweet spot and just doing his thing down there.
There's the screen. The feed now to Wade. Fades back. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And a look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that play off with. No layups for the big fella.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here is Prez. He picked up 39 points in their last one against Brooklyn.
He owned the glass in that one, too. No one could put a body on him.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now, here's Grant. He has 7. Lopez outside. Looking for Wade. He gets it there. Foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Caldwell Pope. And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take up.
And we finish one half of basketball. Pistons.
Thanks, Kevin. Contavious, you've been able to produce easily and efficiently in the first half. What's enabled you to keep it going?
I'm just moving on the offensive end and just finding an open spot. They turning their heads a lot, so I'm just trying to get to the open spot and then knock down a shot. Either I'm cutting to the back or spot up for the 3.
Been on a roll so far. We'll see if you can keep it up. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Now stay focused, guys. Let's win this game and go home.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Contavious Caldwell Pope really making a difference here.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
Just awesome on-court awareness, knowing when to take it to the hole as well as dish it out. That's why he is such a crucial member to this team.
So it's Chicago now. They trail by 11. They host the 76ers after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Marcus Morris is out there with Prez. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. 2 points, that one goes.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Jackson passes to Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons.
He's always one step ahead of the game. Passes like that show off his court vision.
Grant kicks to Lopez. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Back to Lopez, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Harris.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Pistons leading by 11. Morris outside. Back to Jackson. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And another three for Detroit.
And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is really lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them, though.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. Steve, when you watch Jimmy Butler play, you have to pay attention at all times. He can just explode on a moment's notice and completely take over a game.
I just love Jimmy Butler on the offensive end. He came into this league known as a defender, hard work. But when no Derrick Rose, he turned into a guy that can score the basketball and is counted on that end.
He misses the free throw.
He has really embraced his role as a leader on this squad. Jimmy Butler has a defensive mindset, but also the leadership is starting to play into it.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope outside. Down low. Lopez with the steal. Wade with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
They've struggled so far here in the third, hitting just 1 of 4 from the field.
Morris outside. He kicks to Caldwell Pope, and the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's foul number 2 for him. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Here's Prez. No good off the front iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Wade on the wing. Hits the target from 18 feet. Wade's got 5 points so far.
And Dwayne Wade will do work on you from the mid-range if you let him.
Morris kicks to Jackson. Grant outside. Inside, here's Lopez. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, Steve, if you were able to give one piece of advice to yourself when you first entered the league, what would that advice have been?
I think for me is understanding how much more you have to put in the off season. I think for me, Kevin, I worked out a lot, but it was specifically on basketball. I would have probably trained a little bit more on my body than just playing a basketball a lot.
Was Jordan one of the first to do that, to really work on his body more with weights and hire the personal trainer and so on?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me is I got back into the gym, obviously going back to either college or high school gyms, putting in the time, but specifically maybe swimming more, maybe doing a little bit more yoga, working on your body, more of a meditation, doing other things to help you with the game of basketball.
Became more year-round for you.
Yes.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Wade dishes to Grant. Here's Lopez, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
When Lopez starts going to work on you, sometimes fouling is your only option.
Bulls have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And both free throws good for Lopez. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that when, I mean, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And that comes from playing your opponent, knowing how they operate, and exploiting.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused.
right now through an injury during an NBA season?
You know, a lot, Kevin. And then so many guys, especially knee injuries and ankle injuries, and it changes your game. It definitely changed mine. Went from a point guard, slow, got slower, so I started to be able to work on my shot, knock down shots. But injuries is a tough part of basketball. He just looks uncomfortable offensively, really over the course of the whole game, and it's killing his team.
Prez kicks to Drummond. Lopez with the steal. To the inside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely, and even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
Fades, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Wade's got 9. Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
Bulls trail by 13. Here's Grant. He's got 7. Lopez outside. He dishes it to Wade. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. 11 points in the game.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Lopez with the block.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Wade.
His marksmanship this quarter.
Nice job, Orange Juice. Hustle up, take a seat. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
Chicago making some changes. Here's a Teletovich's. And as we end the third. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
Yeah, great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Chicago right now, Portis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Wade in at the 2 spot. Bulls trail by 11. To the middle, here's Portis. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Grant, he's checked in for Isaiah Cannon. And a switcher also for Detroit. Marcus Morris is checked in for Harris.
Jimmy Butler was known for his offensive now, but he was initially known for his D. Still a great defender in this league, was named to the second team all defense in 2016.
And for Butler, Steve, his defense is something that he takes pride in. Hard to beat him in isolations on the perimeter.
The reason why Jimmy Butler has incredible blend of length and quickness. It's impossible at times to get around him on the drive. He's very active, and he slides his feet extremely well.
Grant kicks to Lopez. Butler against Morris. 9 feet out, and the shot is long.
All alone inside. He's just going to have to shake that one off.
Kicks to Prez. Lopez with the steal. And the call will be against Prez. And that'll be his third foul so far. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Grant against Jackson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Steve, I still remember when you went to Atlanta in that trade from Miami. Pretty much everyone agreed it was a heist. It was a steal for the Hawks. Do you think we see less lopsided trades these days?
Yeah, we do, Kevin. Reason why, because of the salary cap. You're trying to match money and money together. And I think right now, Kevin, you're starting to see because of the contract situations, you want value for value. So they're not as lopsided as they used to be.
Caldwell Pope outside. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Bulls trail by 13. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Off the pick. And he lays it up and in. Portis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with Robin Lopez, you know he's going to look to move the ball when he can. Nice feed.
Jackson kicks to Prez. From 10 feet out. A shot missing. And the Bulls going the other way now. Wade passes to Portis. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Portis has got it back down to within single digits for Chicago. The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Morris into the lane. Here's Prez. Misses the 3. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th.
The defense knows he loves that in-between area and closed out fast.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Prez. Down low. Lopez with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Here's Butler. Here's Wade. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
That's a great example of the strength of Dwayne Wade. Takes a hit and still finishes the play.
Jackson kicks to Morris. Over in the corner, Prez. Goes up on the wing, and the jumper falls for him. And the Pistons lead by 9. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Wade passes to Grant. From beyond the arc, rebounded by the Pistons.
Right now, he's trying to find the mark. Unfortunately, he's starting to feel a little bit desperate.
To the right wing. Wade up top. Takes the 3. No good from Grant.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No 3s in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Prez. It's rebounded by Portis.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Poke loose. It's stolen by Morris. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Prez. And he banks in the layup. Prez has got 20 points.
Really enjoying seeing Prez get going on offense. Really amazing at getting the shots he wants out there.
Grant with the ball. Lopez outside. Passes to Wade. It's tipped, and they're able to recover. They got him on the arm, but it still can. That's good from Lopez. Here's Jackson. Inside. Here's Prez. And it's sent back by Lopez. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Morris outside. Wade against Jackson. Clock at 6. To the right side. Now Prez. Prez.
It has not been an easy quarter for him offensively, but I like that he's staying aggressive.
Inside. And it's Butler missing.
Okay, that lay-in, he's tricky, but the defense was just too tight on him.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And that one falls for Jackson.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Jackson hits both of them.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Wade with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And again, Chicago. No good. Pistons leading by 8. Morris outside. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it
Now that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Remember, you're my Pippen, and you're my...
If you want to stay on your game.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Fred Hoiberg was talking to his team during the timeout. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
The pass to Prez. Outside for Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Feeds it to Prez. This one for 3, and another 3 for Detroit.
Just a terrific job measuring the long ball. Prez showing his ability to knock down the tray.
Grant kicks to Wade. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Wade's got 4 points now in the quarter. Prez with the ball. Working on Portis. Here's Prez. It's all in by the Bulls. Lopez has got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Plays like that, the hustle plays on the backboard, the second chance points that have really caused problems all day for the defense.
They are being outworked, outgunned, and getting their lunch handed to them.
Grant kicks to Portis, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
That's just an awesome assist. Really paced the ball in their ideal spot.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Dishes it to Morris. To the middle. Prez kicks to Jackson. And it's good. On through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Detroit.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year. Guys, death always a factor in wins like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Prez.
Defense like the kind he played tonight is what wins you basketball games. He was an intimidator down low, protecting the rim with everything he had. So much of rebound is about positioning, effort, no lack of it right there.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson dishes to Prez. Out to Morris. To the right side. Here's Prez. Another 3 for Detroit.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
I mean, the game is in hand, but they're still running their offense, and they're just plain and simple, still making shots.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
There he is.
Yo, Prez. Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. It is time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez.
Hey, this is Shaq. Your shot blocking and presence were factors tonight. Did you take it as a personal challenge to shut people down inside?
I mean, you know, it's something I want to do each game, but I wouldn't go so far as saying it's a personal challenge. I mean, my bucket list is big, you know. Skydive, climb a mountain, milk a goat, but protecting the rim? Nah, man, that doesn't make it on the list.
Well, too bad you're going to be second. I've done all those things in the same day. You're moving too slow. Back to you, Ernie.
Working on it, man.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.